All right, everybody, this is Rich. Rich's River Smokers, West Virginia. We're coming to you from my hotel room in St. Louis, or not St. Louis, Springfield, Missouri. Now, I'm 10,000 miles into my TNT, and I figured I would do a video and just tell you how it's situated here. Look all weird. And we'll figure for the students that are going through PSD. Obviously, you know, when you get cleared during your orientation, your PSD starts. I think that your PSD should be over the road, if you can. And sorry, it's got me looking over here. So I think personally you should do your PSD on the road if you can, because what that does for you, it all right, you get one-on-one with your trainer for one. Okay, you get real life backing situations, but you can utilize your points that he's going to teach you to back. Pre-trip, twice a day. Pre-trip, post-trip. That's twice a day, and you can do it, and he can be there with your checklist and let you know if you miss anything. The over-the-road part, to me, I guess this is going to be verse on the pad. You got to get a certain amount of miles driving behind the wheel, which you'll definitely get over the road. You don't have to worry about splitting them with anybody. Nothing like that. So you get these, I'm just winging it. But because mine was over the road, I had more time getting my miles in. I had more time to get those in. I did pre-trip, post-trip every day. You can see my progress on Kyle's channel, 4Y Trucking. And what it does also is it gives you the chance to feel what it looks like gives you the chance what it feels like to live in a 10 by 10 box, or whoever they call it, however big it is, with the other person, with another person. So you can get a taste of what it's like living with somebody that you're going to be with, and hopefully that person will take you through TNT. If not, you still are learning you still are taught how to adapt to living in a truck over the road. I'm a big believer in OTR PSD if you can make it happen. But unfortunately, there's some that does it, but there's a lot of pad trainers. The pad trainers will take 3 or 4 students at a time. So the pros and cons to OTR is more opportunity to get your miles in, drive time. You do pre-trip, post-trip twice a day. Pre-trip once, post-trip once. So that's twice a day you're doing your vehicle inspection. And you have the opportunity to see different shit, country, shippers, receivers, how it works, what goes on, see the paperwork. Okay, now it's just to see the paperwork. You don't have to get involved in it, but you can see what really is in with the job in PSD. So I'm a big believer and PSD over the road because that's how I went through it. And you get to see not only what you need to do to pass, you see the job, okay? And you'll realize how tough it may be just to get the use of sleeping with another person in a truck. You get to sleep in a truck, a top bunk, and you get to see what it's like to live on the road. Yeah, you'll go and come back and probably do some pad time when you get back in town. If it's not going to be a true OTR truck. Well, not a team truck. Because I don't think they're going to expect you to drive, 10 hours, 600 miles. They shouldn't. So, the cons to PSD over the road is you might get the lack of sleep. You may not get the adequate meal that you're used to getting at PSD on the pad because you have the cafeteria of the terminal. And you don't get to hang out with your classmates, which is fine with me because it's not about classmates, it's about me. Not to sound selfish, but when you take this big step and you change careers and you're learning how to drive a rig, get your Class A license, eventually become a company driver or a lease op, it's a big step. So you want to remain focused 100% of the time. Just my thought. Now, PSD on the pad. The pros. You get to every day from 7 to whatever time you gotta be there. You get to nail it. You get the pre-trip first, and most times, so you do the pre-trip, then your maneuvers, and you get the maneuvers every day. You will not get to do the removers every day. Maneuvers on a day on the road. Now, if your trainer is really, truly trying to help you out and get you used to stuff, he'll let you back in all situations. I'm not sure if you can bump a dock on PSD, but I believe you can. If someone wants to correct me, that's a trainer at Prime, correct me in the comments below. I'm a little unclear on that. I was a tanker. As far as tanker PSDs, you cannot drive a loaded tanker. And when you get loaded, you'll see why. The surge is a big part of it. You really got to know how to take the turns, slow down, speed, accelerate. So there's a lot of, when your load starts to move on you every time, and the product is different, and the product is moving at, different levels. So PSD pad, back to that. You get the steady lunch. You're going to get breakfast. You're going to get lunch. You're going to get dinner. You get to work on the same, you pay a time. So you get to do that, right? You get to hang out with your friends and your classmates, and you help each other. And, the tools are there. The cons to PSD pad is you don't know what the over the road is like. Sharing a truck with somebody, living in a truck with somebody, and having that trainer on you 24/7. I mean 24/7. So, what to expect? Expect to be gone at least 3 weeks, 3-4 days for orientation, and you have at least 14 days minimum on the truck. That's from the day you get cleared and you get your green badge. So that's, pros and cons to PSD OTR, PSD pad. Let's see. Sorry. So again, PSD has two different animals, and you have to really determine what you want to do. And as far as PSD, that's also time to make up your mind if you want to do reefer, tanker, flatbed, intermodal. Another thing about PSD, and this goes just general, is make sure that if you can, get a PSD trainer that's going to pull in the trailer or haul in the cargo freight that you'll be hauling. So it doesn't make much sense to me to PSD on a reefer when you want to go tanker. It doesn't really do much good to PSD flatbed if you're going to go reefer. So if you can, PSD on the trailer and the freight that you'll be hauling. Excuse me, guys. I'm tired. But up early. Take care of some of the terminals today. Physical and a sleep study paperwork for tonight. So that's my PSD pros and cons on OTR and PAD. I'm sure I missed a couple things. So if you're thinking about coming to Prime, I'll leave my recruiter, Barbara Brown, in the description box. Hit show more. And down there will be my driver code. If you want to use it, I'm not going to push my code on anybody, but it's in there if you want to use it. It's in the description box. So guys, I hope you liked the video. I know it's not much, but it's Christmas week here at Prime 1 in Springfield, Missouri. So like, share, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. And we do share with them. Tell them the best barbecue and the best truck driver comes from the river. And we'll see you on the next one.